Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Randy Prizzle's Lincoln Ting with a very bright light and me as usual, Randy Prizzle. So obviously, you know what usually we do here on Randy Prizzle's Lincoln Ting. If you are feeling this episode, you know what to do below, all of that. And obviously, if you have missed episodes of Randy Prizzle's Lincoln Ting, go and check them out below obviously on the Randy Prizzle channel. All of that below. Like, share, comment, subscribe, tell your people about how crazy your boy Randy Prizzle is under this new bright light. But anyways, let's get straight into it. The Lincoln Ting is what you're all here for. We come to Juliet. Juliet says, do I actually agree or disagree that Radiohead are actually quite rubbish? Now, I've heard a few tracks of Radiohead. The Creep one is the one that is kind of one of my favourites. I'm a creep, I'm a weirdo. People say, can you really relate to that song? It's always the weirdo part, but not the creep. So I don't want to go around creeping or trying to check out women in the bush or somewhere like that. People probably thought that was one of my agendas back in the days. That I probably would be sitting in some bush somewhere, lurking, trying to do some peeping Tom thing. The rowdy peeper, remember from The Simpsons, that episode when groundskeeper Willie was doing the peeping thing and caught on tape when before Homer had pinched what's her name's bum in it, the young babysitter's bum, and it turned out that Homer was actually picking the gummy sweet off and going nonchalant and all that. But yeah, anyways, Radiohead, as I said, I've only really heard 2 songs and they seem like an alright group, so I'm not really going to dish Radiohead or call them out like that. But anyways, let's get into more what she's saying. She's 31, she's 5'7", she's a civil servant. She's saying, worst idea I've ever had, the 3rd bottle. I mean, depends, if you're drinking that really strong wine, I can knock you for 6 bells. If you get knocked for 6 bells, then you really ain't getting up to go to work tomorrow. Especially if you've got work on that day. You're effed, and there's no way they're trying to get in to show that manager right there and then you could keep your composure. I know some people have managed to do it before. Big up the sis. She's managed to go and, go to work where she's been a bit pissed and on 2 or 3 hours of sleep. That's a trooper right there. I personally can't do that. I'd have to call it a sick day. But you know what? Big up to her, mad props and all that. But let's get straight on to the next thing she's saying. The one thing I'd love to know from you is, what's the worst thing about you? The worst thing about me? Damn, now you made me go deep into the archives now to try and think. I think sometimes I can overthink things too much, and that used to be my problem as well. I can definitely self-sabotage. I think that's definitely one of my things as well. Self-sabotaging, I do that a lot. I mean, especially when it comes to a lot of women who I think are just out of my league completely. She's out of my league. Just the thought to believe I'm anything she wants. She's like the wind. You know what I mean? I do tend to do that, which is a bit bad, you know what I mean? And I used to do that a lot back in the days, especially when I saw the girl then looking piff and I thought in my eyes, she's too good for me, she wouldn't like me, look at me and look at her. You know, it's like the Beauty and the Beast. I used to see it back in the days, you know what I mean? But now I don't see myself as a beast now. I mean, only on the football field when I'm going in there and actually, rushing up man, that's when I see myself as the beast. But when it comes to actual, portraying myself as a beast, no. Do you know what I mean? I tend to look at myself as more of like a 5 out of 10 right now, probably even maybe a 6-ish. You know what I mean? I'm okay, but there's still room for improvement. But I know obviously that's what my main thing is. I do tend to self-sabotage myself, especially when I see a girl and I'm thinking, wow, she looks the dog's bollocks, you know what I mean? She's absolutely out of this world. She's really got the whole of that je ne sais quoi. Not just a little bit, but the entire 100% of the je ne sais quoi. And it's making me go, wow, I can't believe my eyes. I can't believe that Ting over there, do you know what I mean, is making me act like a fool. But in general terms, that's when I wouldn't even try my Ting. You know what I mean? So I'd be there watching from afar and then just trying to analyse if she would really want to get to know me. And then by that time, I've already messed up. She wouldn't want to get to know me. I've already self-sabotaged and shot myself in the foot. Bang, bang, I shot me down, bang, bang. That loud sound, bang, bang. I hit the ground, bang, bang. Myself has shot me down. And that's what I tend to do. Yeah, that's one of the worst things about myself, I would say. But anyways, let's get on to more what she's saying. Apart from all that, Julia is probably a bit too tall for me. And I don't think we really have that vibe. And she doesn't really have the thing inside that bottle that makes me want to let her come out and do that. Genie in a bottle, wanna rub me the right way. If she wants to be with me, baby, there's a price to pay. I'm a genie in a bottle, you gotta rub me the right way. She wouldn't do that, so 44, that's gonna be a no for me. We're gonna move on to Katie. Katie says, take me back to, she's posing with an elephant, that's really cool there, all that. She says she won't shut up about netball. Oh. Do you know what I mean? I don't mind it too much, but netball is nowhere near football for me or any of them other sports. I like, even basketball I'd definitely say is, you know, for me a lot better person than netball. I always see netball as like one of them great sports. I think it's pointless, just like handball. Do you know what I mean? Always a point of trying to stand in a place and you're trying to throw a ball in the net. You can't even move around. You know, you have to just stand there and try and throw the ball in the net, pass to each other, and it's a bit random that, but whatever. Anyways, she's 29, she's 5'11", she's a medical communication. Okay, next thing she's saying, you should not go out with me if people who forget to reply to texts annoy you. I mean, listen, I think after a while, you'd want that certain amount of respect, you know what I mean? Someone would say, you know what, I'm going to text you. Especially if it takes you long to text someone back. Or you text back with one answer, you know what I mean, one word, sorry. And you're like, oh, hi, or thanks. It's like, don't take the piss, do you know what I mean? If I'm trying to send you a message, and you ain't sending me a proper message back, in terms of something that's really substantial, that makes me want to get to know you on a more level, then forget all about it. Do you know what I mean? Forget about it. I don't want to deal with any of that. Do you know what I mean? But the fact of the matter is, I would want someone to reply to me when I've texted you. I would at least want you to reply to me within the space of like 3 or 2 hours. Do you know what I mean? Like, I like the people to communicate with you and let you know what's going on. Because if you don't really communicate with me too much, how am I meant to know what's going on? How am I meant to know if we are really vibing? You know what I mean? And you know me already. I'm shit at reading signs. Absolutely awful. So, you know what I mean? I need to know if you drop me a text or something that lets me know if you're feeling the man. You know what I mean? And that's me. I'm talking about myself, the man. You know, not anyone else. But anyway, let's get on to a few more what she's saying. She says, do you agree or disagree that London is the best city in the world? I'm from city in the Midwest, best city in the whole wide world. Say that I'm from city in the London, best city in the whole wide world. Hey, city in the whole wide world. Hey, city in the whole wide world. Got my go gadget flow. I got my go gadget flow. Got my go gadget flow. Anyways, that was a new place. Some people didn't know, but yeah, London. I wouldn't. Listen, it's a nice city. Don't get me, I live here, so I would know. But you know what I mean? It's a nice city, and I don't really feel it's the best. I mean, if you're looking at the best, like the most beautiful list, for me, like Dubai looks sexy. Do you know what I mean? If you're asking me, sexy. Dubai looks sexy. Do you know what I mean? New York, I've always found to look sexy as well. Where else would I would say looks sexy to me in my eyes? Those are the two that come off my head, like the sexiest cities for me. Those are sexy, do you know what I mean? You want to just go there, you know, bash over the building or something. Now, I'm not saying literally I'd do that, but do you know what I mean? Like, it gives you that feeling, that warm, fuzzy feeling inside, do you know what I mean? But, like, especially me who likes buildings. I'm not saying in those ways, but I like buildings in terms of seeing them, looking at the landscape and all that. Buildings are cool, do you know what I mean? General terms, that's what I'm feeling, you know what I mean? I do think that probably is maybe third or fourth-ish. I can't really say what's ahead of it, you know, off the top of my dome. I would say Dubai is, you know, Singapore. Oh, Singapore's nice as well. I've not been there, but, you know, somewhere I'd like to visit. I'd definitely put Singapore like third or something, and then, you know. But that's, I'm not saying in any particular order. For me, I generally put New York and the other place I was saying before up there. But yeah, Dubai. But apart from that, I can't really see anywhere else that I'm like, yeah, it's a dope city. Seattle looks nice as well, so I'd probably put Seattle along them lines. Chicago, do you know what I mean? So, yeah, those are kind of C's for me, but I wouldn't say London is the best. You know what I mean? I'll say it's a good one, but it's not the best. And that's all I've got to say on that. Let's move forward now, and it's going to be a no for me. I don't know, I've got to say that, but let's move forward. We come to Charlotte. Charlotte says, never have I ever seen Endgame. So she's never seen Endgame, which is the Avengers film. What's wrong with you? Go and see the Endgame. You would love it. Obviously, if you're a Marvel fan, you know what I mean? For me, personally, Captain America, Civil War, and the Avengers Infinity War was two of the best ones for me. You know what I mean? If you're asking which one's the better one, Infinity War. Do you know what I mean? The fact that, you know, obviously you haven't seen Endgame is fine. I don't really have a problem if you haven't seen it. You know what I mean? If you're not a comic book fan, whatever, I don't care. But you know what I mean? At least give one of the franchise a watch. You know what I mean? One of them. And then see how you feel. Don't judge it when you haven't seen it. Do you know what I mean? That's how I used to be with Harry Potter back in the days. Do you know what I mean? I used to judge Harry Potter because I just thought he generally was a CU, you know, all of the rest. But you know what I mean? When I finally watched it, I thought, you know what, it's not bad, but it still is a CU, all of that. Do you know what I mean? But I would never put him and his film above Lord of the Rings. For me, it's a no-no. But anyways, we're still going to talk about Endgame. The fact of the matter, she hasn't seen it, or anyone hasn't seen Endgame, I don't have a problem with that. Just at least give one of them Marvel films a try. Do you know what I mean? And go and watch one of them. And then tell me what you think. Do you know what I mean? Don't just be like, oh, well, I don't like this superhero stuff. How do you know what you like when you haven't seen it? Do you know what I mean? Just because you've probably seen one thing and it's superhero-wise, and it's probably got you traumatised or something, where you wet the bed or something as a kid, don't mean you should look down your nose at it. Go and check it out and give it a chance. But anyways, see what more she's saying. You know what I mean? She's 26, she's 5'8". Cool. And the way to win me over is food. Yeah, I mean, the way to win anybody over is food. Yeah, I mean, generally me as well. I'm a food man, you know me, don't need to say anything more. Because I'm a soul man. I'm a soul man. Because I love my food and all of that. Do you know what I mean? Food for me is up there with some of the greatest things that's ever been invented. Do you know what I mean? But above all, she seems like a cool girl. And, you know what I mean, when I look at her, I do find her quite, you know, attractive to the eye and all that. She's a bit too tall for me. That's probably the problem. And then she says her fair stairs as well. I didn't get into that one. Stairs well. You know what I mean? She has a fair stairs, then I don't know what to say to you. I mean, I have a fair height, so I could kind of understand, you know, the height thing, if maybe it's that. But, you know, fair stairs I don't get. But, you know, people have weird fits, so it is what it is. But apart from all that, she's a bit too tall. My head will reach her chest, man. Be headbutting her chest all the time while I'm trying to, you know, lips her or something. Can't happen, do you know what I mean? So, fortunately for me and Charlotte, it's going to be a no. It's not going to be no good Charlotte, it's going to be a bad Charlotte. But anyways, let's move on to Naomi. Naomi saying, believe it or not, I was hit by an RV in Yosemite. I think I've come across this girl before. Yeah, you know what, let's move on. So I feel I have. Sasu. I don't think I've seen Sasu before. I wouldn't know if I've seen it before. Sasu. My most controversial... Let's rewind. My most controversial opinion is Leonardo DiCaprio doesn't have the range. He's always stressed, struggling, distraught in his films. Where is the joy? I mean, I wouldn't say Leonardo DiCaprio is a bad actor. I think he's quite decent, and to be fair to him. I mean, obviously some people would analyse films differently, and that's fine. You're all analysing as much as you want to do it, innit? But for me, personally, I wouldn't say he's a bad actor. I think Leonardo DiCaprio is got his own different things. You can always say stress, struggling, but I don't see that, to be honest. I think Leonardo DiCaprio always has to play them serious roles because he's a serious actor. Do you know what I mean? I haven't seen him, obviously, do much things where and when he's portrayed someone who's laughed and that, I haven't seen anything wrong with that. I don't know what she's seeing, but you know, it's just someone sees something you don't see in it, so it is what it is. Alright, she's 31, she's 5'9". She's a bit tall, but let's get on to a few more what she's saying. A life goal of mine, to do a food pilgrimage of the USA. I've got to New Orleans, San Francisco and Memphis on my list so far. Where else should I go? Well, I don't know much places in the US. Watching a lot of Man vs. Food. I'd probably say New York. You know, because I used to watch that back in the days when Adam Richman was the man that was doing that, not this new guy now. I don't know who he is, but you know, I really gravitate towards him because, listen, I know Adam Richman. Listen, he's a Spurs man. He supports Tottenham Hotspur, which is absolute crap, by the way. He's bad. He supports that team, but it is what it is. But I never knocked the man and said, look, listen, he's a bad guy. He has that kind of face that's kind of likeable, even though he supports the wrong team, but he has a likeable face. So I've never really gone, well, Adam Richman can go and do one. I said, Adam Richman, you know what, I like the fact that you go and have them food challenges and you eat like a pig, but the fact of the matter is you give me entertainment while you eat them food. You know what I mean? I've never seen someone do that before, but I find that to be cool. And that's why for me, I used to binge watch Man vs. Food. Every time Adam Richman was on, I was watching that. Do you know what I mean? So big up to Adam Richman, but obviously, you know, not to your team sucks, and that's all I got to say on that. But yeah, food pilgrimage of the USA, cool. You know what I mean? I don't know personally where else, because obviously I know Chicago do some good stuff as well. So I'll probably say Chicago too. I mean, I know they're best known for their deep dishes, pan pizzas. So yeah, but apart from that, I don't know. So that's all I'm going to say on that. Cool. We're going to move forward now to keep talking what she's saying. She's gone, I'm looking for good times with great company. I mean, so am I. Do you know what I mean? You want good times. Good times! Ding, 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 ding. We are the good times. Leave your heart behind. These are the good times. Let's get the flashing light. I got the flashing lights thing. Let's see if I can get that one. Good time. There we go. Good times. Leave your heart behind. These are the good times. Alright, that's enough of that. Cool. That's a good feature to have, you know, when man does like the karaoke and disco thing, which may be coming soon, not saying if it will or not, but you know. But anyways, let's stick to what Sassy is saying. Good times are great company, yeah man, I'm feeling all of that. Do you know what I mean? Having good company, checking stuff out together, each other if you want to, you know, body fluid, all of that. Do you know what I mean? Just such a good kisser! You know, all of that. But yeah, yeah man. Good vibes, I guess, with all that with Sasu. Apart from all that, she's a bit too tall for me. She does tend to have that. I can look at her and I can immediately feel something, you know, ever rising. But you know what I mean? Apart from all that, she doesn't really have that, you know, she's a bit too tall for me. This is tough, man, because my head reaches her chest again, and I don't want to really headbutt someone's chest when they're trying to, you know, lip ser and that. Because obviously, you know, it's bad for business. It's not bad. It's not good for me. It probably isn't good for her. Listen, yeah, obviously it might be if my head touches her chest. You know what I mean? She probably get quite a lot of nice feelings along them lines. But yeah, for me, it's not. So yeah, I'm going to say it's a no from me, unfortunately, for Sasu. And that's all from this episode of Randy Prizzle's Lincoln Ting. So if you're feeling this episode, you know what to do below, all of that. And tell your peoples how crazy your boy Randy Prizzle is, and all of the rest and all of that below. As I said, do remember to stick on to the channel, like, share, subscribe. Tell your peoples them. If you missed previous episode, go and check that out on the Randy Prizzle channel. And yeah, you know what we usually do, we finish here. Link out. Do 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 do. Link out. Do 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 do. Oh, link out.